We have some breaking news that we're watching on this Monday that is being suppressed by the Biden media right now, not surprisingly at all, because this is frankly devastating for President Biden. On top of more U.S. bank failures over the weekend, Friday into Saturday. On top of a brand new poll that just came out showing this weekend that the lowest approval rating for any president in 70 years. This is separate from all of that. So this drama kicked into high gear over the weekend. We're watching it very closely between Russia and the United States. This is a direct economic war right now between the U.S. and Russia, not through some proxy. This is between these two countries. And economists that I've spoken to over the weekend have said that Biden thought Putin would likely back down on this, that he was bluffing. Well, he didn't. Putin has just done something that no one on earth has dared to do. They seized $500 million from the largest U.S. bank on earth, J.P. Morgan. And on this Monday, we're about to see things spiraling out of control. How much more assets will be taken from U.S. banks in this back and forth right now. This is basically Putin saying, we're done. We're not going to be bullied by the U.S. anymore. This is BS. This is basically de-dollarization on steroids right now. And it also comes in response to what Biden did last week. That, of course, got no coverage in the mainstream press. Congress approved the I call it the Repo Ukrainian Act, the Repo Act. Most attention, of course, was on the $61 billion in weapons and aid to Ukraine. But the Repo Act is arguably more important and is really a declaration of war directly against Russia, because the Repo Act now gives the Biden administration the right to seize hundreds of billions of dollars in sovereign Russian assets that are held by American banks, and then send them directly to Ukraine, which is the most corrupt country in Europe. This is unprecedented. And it's a clear declaration of war. And by the way, this is not me saying that they're the most corrupt government in Europe. They are. The United States State Department just released their new annual report on corruption and human rights abuses this week. No one's talking about it. We're going to talk about it later on our shows this week. But right now, the U.S. State Department is pointing out the human rights violations and the corruption that sits at the heart of Ukraine. And we're going to send them billions of dollars that we've just stolen from Russia. This is not going to go well. So they now put the ball in Putin's court, and he ran with it. So this weekend, he's saying enough is enough. And also we learned that Putin has just signed a brand new law allowing the use of digital financial assets in international trade.
The major change it makes is it really allows government institutions in Russia and Russian companies to freely use other and alternative payment methods in order to conduct their transfers. As we know, Russia was cut off 2 years ago from the global financial system. Most Russian banks have the inability to use payment systems such as SWIFT. So it's quite significant, really, because it basically breaks down all of the barriers that the Russian economy had to trade in terms of payments.
This is a huge middle finger to the Western dominance of the global payment superstructure that has been controlled by the United States since World War II. This is an upending of the Bretton Woods Agreement. Putin basically now saying you can use these digital financial assets outside of the U.S.-run SWIFT system. Look, I know this might go over a lot of people's heads right now. You see these videos of guys interviewing people in Times Square. Like, can you name the vice president of the United States? And they don't even know what the heck's going on.
How many states make up the United States?
How many states make? Dude, I know this.
So I know this is going to go over a lot of people's heads, but not you guys who watch this show. You guys are smart. But this is a huge deal, okay? This means that we are going around the U.S. banking system. We're going around the U.S.-controlled monetary system that's been in place since the Bretton Woods agreements, and we're saying we're done. One economist I spoke to last night said the reality of this hasn't set in for most people. Russia has basically declared war on the United States financial system, and it's basically giving cover to any other country right now that wants to leave the U.S. dollar-dominated system. There's nothing good that comes of what is happening. The United States is quickly losing U.S. dollar dominance, the very structure that was put in place at the Bretton Woods Agreement after World War II, which of course said, hey, you use the U.S. reserve currency, U.S. dollar is the reserve currency of the world, and we will provide security and safety of shipping lanes and everything else around the world. That's collapsing. So we're watching this very, very closely, by the way. And this also comes on the heels of what we saw with President Putin and the Chinese meeting last week to solidify their relationship, which is done with the U.S. dollar. This is massive. This is massive. We're watching it very, very closely. What happens with these other banks right now? J.P. Morgan was the first one on Friday, of course, that we had now assets seized by Russia. other big bank collapse on Friday as well in the United States. And we just got data over the weekend, huge decline in U.S. deposits into American banks. So something big is happening to the U.S. banking system. We've been warning about it. We knew that it would come here sometime in the spring. We thought maybe March. Seems like it was a little bit delayed. Now we're hitting this moment. So be prepared, guys. We're going to see some real stuff hitting the fan really, really soon. Now, before we go, I wanted to give you a quick follow-up on a sponsor, Solar Bank, that I told you about this weekend.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp in Trinidad with another video, another lesson to the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. First and foremost, Kal Halayam La Alahayanawa Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakaha Kodash Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahweh Shai Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahweh Shai Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessing and salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives, freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwatiam. The title for this edification is Economical War is the Catalyst to Military Conflict. Alright? Economical war is the catalyst to military conflict. Now, before I go to the scriptures, let's take a look at that word, catalyst. Alright? As you can see there, the second definition there, where it reads a person or thing that precipitates an event. And when you go to the synonyms, it says to spur, stimulus, impetus, prompt, encouragement, inducement, incitement. All right? So, economical wars is always an inducement, an incitement, an encouragement for military conflict. It precipitates military conflict. Okay? When you go to that word precipitate, it says what? To cause an event or situation, typically one that is undesirable, to happen suddenly, unexpectedly, or prematurely. All right? And what is that undesirable something that is going to happen suddenly, unexpectedly, and prematurely? World War III. Okay? World War III. That is that event, that is that situation that is going to take place because of this economical war between Russia and United States of America. When you go to the synonyms, it says to what? To bring about, to bring on, cause, lead to, give rise to, trigger. Yeah, trigger, spark, provoke. Because America has been provoking America and the West, America and the Beast, all right, has been provoking Russia over the years, has been provoking Russia continually over the years. That is eventually is going to come about by the way of military conflict, all-out military conflict, okay? America has been doing all sorts of nonsense to Russia, especially when Russia had invaded Ukraine. All right, they came about They came about with sanctions and all of these things to try to stifle Russia. But these sanctions didn't did anything to Russia. All it just did was make Russia prosper even more. All right, they thought that they would have been able to bring down the Russian economy by the means of those sanctions. Okay, but what Russia had went through certain avenues to bypass those sanctions. All right, where countries is dealing with Russia and Russia economy is growing even more stronger. A big part to play is the BRICS currency that is about to come about. All right, which is going to be backed by gold and other precious metals. You understand what I'm saying? And because of this economical war that America has been waging, the latest is America seizing over $300 billion in Russian assets and what have you, so forth. All right, and handing it over to Ukraine, pass a bill where all these assets that is in American banks and what have you, so forth, and in other Western countries, their banks and whatever, all right. Babylon is seizing it, okay, because they pass a bill in the Senate, all right. So Babylon is seizing those assets, those monetary assets, and giving it over to Ukraine, all right, to arm Ukraine, for Ukraine to be able to buy arms and ammunition and this and that and the other and whatnot, so forth. But as you could see, the same hand that America is dealing Russia is the same cards as being dealt right back onto America. All right, so we see over $500 million was seized from J.P. Morgan. All right. Whatnot, so forth, and more other assets is in line to be seized by Russia. All right. Then you see another move that Russia has taken by the way of their government, all their governmental agencies and their businesses, Russian businesses and what have you, so forth. They are given the green light to do business with other nations and whatnot, with digital currencies that is not attached to the US dollar. All right, in no way sort. Okay. So basically, is a dumping of the US dollar taking place, and other nations is going to follow suit, because when they will go the route of Russia in doing business with Russia with digital currencies and the BRIC currency and whatnot, so forth. BRICS currency in exchange with their currency, and currency for currency, without using the US currency, that is just only going to cripple America. All right? Which is going to end up leading to all-out war pretty soon. All right? But this economy, this American economy, which is the world reserve economy, all right, by the way of its currency, it's coming to its end. It's the life support care himself hold up its life. Yeah, the life support care himself support its life. Yeah. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 10. Zephaniah 1 and 10, where it reads, "And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." All right? So that noise, that great crashing, all right, that is coming, all right, that noise in the fish gate, that great crashing, that howling, it is speaking about America and their financial system, their Wall Street and what have you, so forth. All right, their stock exchange. These things, you know, that is going to sound the alarm of the deterioration, the rapid deterioration of their economy. And what is going to speed it up even more when the citizens seeing the deterioration of the economy, and whatever little money that they have in the bank, all right, they're all gonna go at once to try to retrieve whatever money that they could retrieve from their respective banks, all right, which is called bank runs. And that is going to be the straw to break the camel's back, as they say. All right. So you're having a situation now where Russia is now fighting fire with fire. Yeah, Russia is fighting fire with fire. All right. They come off that US dollar for a while now, and nations been dumping that fiat currency, that piece of shit IOU notes. All right. They've been dumping it. All right. Niggas, nations could give two rats ass about that Bretton Woods agreement back in the 40s after World War II, where they all come to the agreement that America, their dollar should become the world reserve currency and no longer the British pound. All right, so nations could give two rats ass about that anymore. All right. Verse 11, how ye inhabitants of Mictesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. All right. So the economy, the dollar is going to come to a crash and halt. Is going to come to nothing. All right. It's going to literally come to nothing. It's going to worth nothing. All right. And what is going to take place? As the scripture said, they shall cast their gold and their silver in the streets. Because it's come to naught. That's why the scripture say. That's why the scripture say when I go to Jeremiah 51. And 7, Jeremiah 51 and 7, it reads, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. The nations are angry with America, man. All right, the nations are sick and fed up of America, man. Until they're standing up to America. The latest is what is Chad, I think it's Chad. All right. That letting them know blatantly, get the hell out. All right, take your military and your equipment and whatnot and go. We no longer have no dealership with you anymore. No, you understand? We are partners with the Russians now. We are aligned with the Russians now. All right, because over the years you all have been fucking us over. So here what? Let's try something new. All right, let's try something new with a new partner that has given us new and better terms and conditions and what have you, so forth, and better deals. All right, you have where Russia is pardoning a lot in these African nations, pardoning their debts, that is owed unto them, owed unto Russia. Is that taking place with Babylon? No, Babylon and France is just only oppressing and oppressing and oppressing and the shady deals by via the same economical system that they have implemented, where they alone being the ones prospering, whilst these African nations is just going and is just sinking deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into debt. All right, so the nations are mad. Babylon has suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Yeah? No amount of stimulus checks and borrowing of money from the Federal Reserve and whatnot, so forth. All right? Nothing is going to help Babylon, because that same money would they borrowing from the Federal Reserve to try to pay back, to try to clear its debt, it's still having a debt attached to it. So it is literally is a swirling cesspool. Yeah, Babylon is a swirling cesspool. America is a swirling cesspool. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, starting with the elites, is a swirling cesspool that is going down the gutter. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. And that is what Russia is doing and encouraging these other nations to do, to forsake Babylon and deal with your own currency. Let's deal with our own currency. All right? When we buying from the Chinese, we will use our ruble, our Russian ruble, and when China come in to deal with us, they could use their Chinese yuan. All right, there's no need for doing any trade in that petrodollar, that fiat currency. You understand? Why should we have to take our hard-earned money to buy US dollars in order to do our trade and commerce and whatnot, which is not doing any benefit for our economy? All right, that's just wasting time, resource, money, energy. You understand? It's just a whole waste. But if we deal with our own currencies respectively within each other, there is benefit for us both ways. And the nations is waking up to it. And this is what is going to end up leading to military conflict, because America now is seeing that, hey, the stranglehold that they had on the world, all right, the stranglehold that they had on the world, they're losing that grip. That's why the scripture say, I think it's the same chapter self, you know. Let me see. No, it's not the same chapter. It's not the same chapter. Bear with me. Yeah, Jeremiah 50:23, it reads, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? All right, because the nations, they stand, and the Lord himself, he is the one that put in the spirit on these nations, to rise. Let the weak say, I am strong. He's the one that is putting the spirit on these nations to ally themselves unto Russia, so that Russia will be a guard unto them. You understand? So it says, Jeremiah 51:9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us Go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. All right. So Babylon is Babylon. There's nothing going good in Babylon. Look at the economy. Look at the cost of living. All right. Look at the living conditions. Yeah, the living conditions. All right. Look at the industrial workforce. All right. When I say the industrial workforce, I'm speaking not only just factories and construction and whatnot. Look at its retail outlets and whatnot, so forth. How much J.C. Penney and Walmart and all these big retail outlets and what have you, so forth. How many jobs they are laying off by the thousands? Amazon just laid the other day, I think about 1,500 workers. They laid off. All right, all these big corporations and what have you, so forth. How much the employees they have been laying off by the hundreds, by the thousands. This month they lay off 1,500, and next 3-4 months down the line they're laying off another 1,500 again. You understand? Businesses closing down. Yeah? How many outlets closing down? Fast food chains and all. That's and all running out of business. These fast food chains and all. How many employees the sacking and closing down outlets in different states and what have you, so forth. That's why the scripture saying in Ecclesiastes, let's take a look at that. Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3, where it reads, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease." The grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Yeah? Those that look out the windows be darkened. Hey, these businesses closing down, man. No work. All right? Then you have a situation now where the firing employees to replace them with AI robots and what. Hey, now tell me, isn't that signs of a societal collapse within a nation, within Babylon, America? And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Yeah? And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. Down to the music, all the celebrities and whatnot, they're going to come to great losses. Watch and they go see something. Watch and they go see something. They're all going to come to great losses pretty soon too. Yeah? There's what it is. Because what has taken place, again, what has taken place is judgment, basically. Point blank period, judgment. And it is going to lead to all out war. Yeah? Hence the reason why the Lord is gathering all these nations. Yeah? That's why the Lord is gathering all these nations. Yeah? For that great day. Let's take a look at Revelation 16, man. Revelation 16. And I will start at verse 14. Revelation 16:14, it reads, "For they are the spirits of devils working miracles." Yeah? Yeah? They are the spirits of devils. Yeah, these Edomites. Alright, this beast system. that is run by these Edomites, these elites that be, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day of Yahweh Almighty. Yeah? This is what it is. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. This is why we have to stick and hold on unto this truth, because prophecy is fulfilling before our eyes. There's not time to go back into the world. There's not time to fall back. This is not time to lose focus. Yeah? Because what? Verse 16, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Alright? Armageddon, Salaki, Armageddon, which is mountain of troops. Armageddon in the Hebrew, I think it's in the Hebrew, yeah, Armageddon, or in the Greek. Alright? But it means what? Mountain of troops. Because this is what this whole thing is brewing here. Alright? This is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 38 before your eyes. Ezekiel. Where are you going? I'm going too far now. You're going too far now, Biggs. Ezekiel 38, and I'll start at verse 1. Ezekiel 38 and 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. This is Russia it is speaking about. Yeah? This is Russia it is speaking about. Gog, the land of Magog, Russia. Alright? and say, Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, which is what? Bringing back what? Russia to that old Soviet Union state styling. Governance, everything, you understand? And I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, and horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right, all of them with their weaponry, the arsenal. All right. There's what it is here: the tankers, the ships. You know, the battleships, the submarines, the armored personnel. You get the drift. There's what it is. Total military conflict, all-out war, hot war. Tracer rounds passing at 100 miles per minute. Yeah? There's what it is. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, yeah, which is Iran and Ethiopia. And there's what we see in brewing right now. So you can't say the Bible ain't real, man. Goma, which is Turkey, and all his bands, the house of Togama and of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Yeah, and that many people with thee. Yeah. That goes into all these militant groups, your Hezbollah and your Hamas, yeah, your Taliban and whatnot, so forth, your Al-Shabaab, your Boko Haram, your Al-Qaeda, all these militant groups, yeah, all of them banding together to what? To come up against America and her allies. But in soon going to turn where her allies, America allies also is going to turn against her. As prophesied in the scripture. Yeah, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. And this is what Russia is doing. That the nations now is gaining the confidence to align themselves. So America could do all what they're doing with sanctions and this and that and the other and thieving all the money. thieving all these Russian assets and whatnot, so forth, to fuel the war. Hey, what does scripture say? What does scripture say? What does scripture say in Isaiah chapter 13 and 17? Isaiah 13 and 17, it reads, Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. The Medes here in this scripture here, it's speaking about Russia. Right? It's a metaphor for Russia. All right? And these Russians, they ain't gonna, they don't, the time is coming where they won't give a ass about the economy, their money, their money and whatnot, so forth. They ain't gonna care if America wanted to decide to play fair. They wouldn't care about that. All right, if America decide now that they want to play fair, and no, they no. What the Lord say, verse 18? Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. Yeah, and they shall have no pity. They shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. All right, because what? When I go back to Ezekiel 38, I think it was from 9. Let me see. Where is you? All right, be thou with God unto them. Let me see. All right, which is verse 10. Ezekiel 38 and 10. Yeah, Ezekiel 38 and 10, where it reads, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, it shall also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And what is that evil thought? Those thermal nuclear missiles, those ICBMs. All right? That evil thought. That is what is going to... This is what this is all is leading to, because this is the climax here. This is the climax that the Lord is about to bring. This is why the Lord is doing all these things. So when that evil thought come to mind, going back to the Isaiah 13 and 18, yeah, their bows also shall dash when the when that evil thought come into their mind, and they put it to practice, they bring it out, they bring it forth, they carry out the act of pressing that button or flicking that switch. Yeah. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So little Gugu Gaga is going to get burned up in that lake of fire by the way of those thermonuclear missiles. To do what? Wait, let me see what you go do. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, the excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord is going to wipe it out. Yeah? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to wipe it out. Clean. Yeah? It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. You understand? The Lord is going to wipe out America clean. Yeah? He's going to wipe it off the face of the map. You understand what I'm saying? When I go to Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 8, It reads, Jeremiah 50 and 8, it reads, remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he-goats before the flocks. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, which is Russia, and they shall set themselves in array against her, for thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain, which is what? Those thermal nuclear missiles. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. Yeah? All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoice, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls. Yeah. America has grown rich. Yeah. America has grown rich with the abundance of her delicacies. Yeah. With her trades and whatnot, so forth. Her traffic. All right. Which she had all managed to accomplish by the way of murder, by the way of thievery, by the way of witchcraft. So her judgment, her sins has reached unto the heavens, and it's overflowing. And not just reach unto the heavens, but it's overflowing. So it's only right for the Lord to judge her the way he is going to judge her, by the way of totally eradicating them off the face of the earth. All right? Your mother shall be sore confounded, which is who? England. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nation shall be a wilderness, and a dry land, and a desert. This is what America is going to be reduced to, a literal desert. All right? Behold, put yourselves, Salakia. Let's know. No, verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she had sinned against the Lord. Shout against her round about, she had given her hand, for her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down. Yeah? No missile defense system, and these things is going to hinder the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. For it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her as she had done, do unto her. And hey, all this, watch me, the Lord is a true strategist. All right? They have been snared. Babylon has been snared. America has been snared, and they know it. They even see it. All right, because why? Again, the pride. The pride had deceived them. It's all about the pride too. All right, it's all about the pride too. But they are going to go down and never to be able to rise again. And when I'm saying they, I'm speaking about not just the land of America, but most importantly, Esau, because they are the rulers. All right? They are the rulers of America. All right? And this is the main reasons, why the Lord is bringing this sort of judgment, because it's all about to get Esau out of power. All right? Get this beast. All right, get this beast system out of power and out of existence. Bring, yeah. Take them out of existence, man. Yeah? This is what it is. So I'll come with this last scripture here, which is Revelation. Back to Revelation. Revelation chapter 19. And verse 11, where it reads, And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness does judge and make war. Because when those missiles start to pelt, that is when the Messiah, the Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, that so-called black man is going to be bursting through those clouds, yeah? Coming to deliver, but also coming to judge and make war. Yeah? That is what is going to bring in Yahweh Shai, those missiles. That is what Yahweh Shai is waiting for. His eyes were as a flame of fire, on his head were many crowns, representing the nations. He is going to be taken down. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, which is the angels, all right, with their chariots also, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, all right, which is what? Those laser beams coming out of those chariots, all right, turning man into dust, literal dust. That with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Yahweh. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to the fowls, to all the fowls that flee in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, great Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, that ye may eat the flesh of kings and the flesh of captains, because, hey, World War III is going to be a slaughter machine. Yeah? Bodies littering the earth from one end to the other. Yeah? From one end to the other. Yeah? These vultures is going to have a feast. And the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and all, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, small and great. And I saw the beast, because this is the reason why Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai is raising up Russia to be the one to bring down the beast and bring down America. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, which is the Pope, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, which is that RFID microchip, not no sin, and them that worship his image, which is the system, all right, via your social credit score, and what have you. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone, and the remnant was slain with the sword, and of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. Yeah? This is what coming. This is what is coming. Yeah? This economical war that is being waged between America and Russia is the catalyst for military conflict, which is World War III. This is what it is going to eventually evolve to. Kal halayam, la alahayanawa Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakaha Kodash. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings and salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching this truth through the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites. Shalom unto the very few but faithful Aquatium. A brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp signing out saying Shalom unto the hope for the elect. Wabad Babal unto Esau and all you heathen.